Hello, this video is going to be a little bit about my strategy for how I'm going to defray the costs of food on my through hike of the Appalachian Trail. Now, a little bit about my trip. I plan on going southbound from Maine, and there are some other considerations I'll probably get into another video about food planning at the beginning when you're going southbound, and you're going to be going pretty much straight into the 100-mile wilderness after you get out of Baxter State Park, which is a little different from the people going northbound. My experience, I have some overnight outdoor experience, primarily kayaking, some backpacking experience overnight, but more overnight kayaking where I was using a boat to store my food. So, just take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Certainly don't rely on anything I have to say. Take it for what it is. I hope it's interesting and maybe you'll pick something up. So, what you're looking at here in front of me is approximately $650 worth of food that I bought primarily from Costco, but also from Walmart, a couple things from Whole Foods, and a few things from REI. And I'm going to go through things in order of how, just how I'm going to be planning meals. To start off, talk about dinners. Now, everyone who does any backpacking is going to be familiar with mountain houses. These are dehydrated and very easy to prepare. All you're going to have to do is boil some food and pour it in this bag, and you've got yourself a meal. Generally, this one is this one is 2.5 servings. This is the beef stroganoff with noodles. I'm probably going to be eating this all on my lonesome. I'm going to be solo hiking southbound, so this for me, I'm a big guy. I'm just to give an idea of my height and girth. I'm 6'1", presently at 220 pounds. But my goal, my optimum weight would be about 215, so I'm a little round about the edges, but that will probably be changing pretty quick. So these mountain houses, they're great. The real concern I have with them is the price. I've tried to minimize the price. I mean, that's why I'm doing a number of mail drops. I got my boxes over here. I bought these at Walmart. They range from, I think, $6 to $7.50. I've only got about 5 of them. Initially, because I'm going southbound, I'm going to have to be in Baxter Park to summit Katahdin and then to make it out of the park. So I'm anticipating 2 days in Baxter, 1 to summit, rest, the next day make it to A-Ball, and then from there into the 100-mile wilderness. So I'm planning on using these for my dinner after I summit Katahdin, and for my breakfast before I make it out of the park. Because I have to pack, I am packing 10 days worth of food. I am also 41 years old, so I'm not going to be as quick on my feet as some people. But these are good, especially if you're looking at this and you're thinking about doing a through hike, but you're just a day, you go overnight for a few days. These are great. They also make, these are the regular ones. They make a pro one that's a single serving that's a lot more compact. It's vacuum sealed. It's exactly the same principle. You just add water to it. Those, I believe, are generally about the same price, but I don't have any of those to show you. So, I got these primarily to give me some variety and for ease of preparation. But again, after the first couple days in Baxter, I plan on using other foods. Now, before I get into my main meal prep, I want to show you something that I have that I'm going to be using. And again, these are primarily for the days when I don't want to cook anything, or if it's raining or really terrible conditions, or I catch a cold or something and can't make it into town. I only have about 18 of these. These are MREs, meals ready to eat. If you've been in the military, you'll know exactly what these are. These ones are not made by the military or by the U.S. government. These are made by a contractor. These are SurePack. And what's great about these, the upside is you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting 1,300 calories. And honestly, you know, you might have read, you know, the food that was served in the military, the emergency rations or the field rations, historically were pretty bad. And if you have any relatives who were in World War II, when they talk about K rations, those were really the worst. They were barely edible. These actually are pretty good. They warn you not to eat these for an extended period, but you know, again, if you've been in the military, you probably have eaten a lot of these. The longest I've eaten these for maybe 5 days to a week, only on one occasion. I didn't have any problems, but if you look online, you'll see that there are some very mixed reviews about these. Some people have complained of constipation or just not feeling well after eating these for a few days. I think that those might have been, they might put something in the military ones to prevent diarrhea, which would obviously be diarrhea is a very dangerous condition if you're in a survival situation or you're out in the wilderness or in a battlefield. You know, you don't want to get dehydrated and ill. So there might be things added to the military versions of these that aren't added to the ones that I have. Because I have not had the constipation that other people have complained of. You know, if that doesn't warn you off of these, the other real problem with these as a backpacking food is the weight. The calories per ounce is offset by the fact that everything in here is vacuum sealed in a metallic packaging. And there's also this rather heavy plastic bag around it. There's also this cardboard packaging. So these are kind of heavy, although they are kind of very compact. I mean, they're tightly, you can keep them pretty tight together. So they don't take up that much space, but they are a little bit heavy. Also, these are not fully dehydrated. There are things in here like the crackers, which have little, if any, water. But the entree in here has some water, so they are a little bit heavy for that reason. What I do is, to prepare these, I open up the package, take out this cardboard container, take out whatever cardboard's in here. Sometimes there's more than one thing in a cardboard container. I'll usually keep this portion that tells me what it is. Like this is chicken, egg, noodles, and vegetables and sauce. These can be heated up they sell heaters. I don't have the heaters with these. Again, these are really for days when I don't want to cook. I need to get some calories in me. I only have 18 of these, so I'm going to spread these out for the 2,100 miles of the Appalachian Trail and probably not have these more than once every week or so. But for the 100-mile wilderness, I actually am packing 6 of these, which is basically 3 days worth of dinner and lunch, just because they are compact. I can fit them in my bag, and I'm a little concerned at the get-go. You know, if I slow down, if I get injured, if my feet give out on me, and I'm stuck out there, I'd like to have something that I'm not going to have to. I can just eat ready-made. So these are not going to be a primary source of backpacking food. They're not really that good for backpacking, but they do. You know exactly how many calories you get from this. It's 1,300. If you buy them, you might want to, if you can consider trying these. They're good on shorter hikes, and again, they're not even that good as survival food or military or prepper food because they don't have a really long shelf life. But anyway, if I had my act together better, I would probably be dehydrating food, but I'm not. So it's just something you might want to consider throwing in your bag, buying a few of these and putting them in your mail drops. You also know that these are not going to go bad. Within the 6 months that I'm doing the trail, these are going to be kept at temperatures where I'm not going to be worried about any spoilage. So just another thing to consider. And this is a dinner entree. There are also breakfast, not eggs, but there are eggs. Those are kind of gross, but there are a number of breakfast entrees as well as the dinner ones. So just something to spread things out, and for the days when I just want to crawl in my tent and die, I can chow down on one of those. So my primary dinners are going to be, I got this at Costco. It's the Idaho and Potatoes. The boxes they sell at Costco you get 12 packets a box. It says here that this is 4 servings, but honestly this would probably be, I'm a big guy, I'm a big burly guy. This is probably going to be 1 dinner for me. And just for the calories per ounce, 28 grams, a quarter cup of mix, which is 28 grams, and ends up being a half cup after it's been rehydrated, is going to be 110 calories. So if I have all 4 servings, that's going to be around 440 calories. And at 110, it comes in at 28 grams a serving. So, when you look at calories per ounce, you want to be probably in the range of over 100, 120, around 120, 130. So these come in a little low, but I plan on adding jerky, bacon bits, salmon or tuna to these to make them a little bit better, and also olive oil. And I'll talk about olive oil a little bit later. So these are one primary meal source. In addition, I personally like rice a lot, so I got these boxes of 10-minute boil and bag rice, which are very quick and easy to heat up. The calories per ounce, a half cup, which is 43 grams of dry rice, makes about 1 cup cooked. So 43 grams, which is over an ounce, and there are 8 bags in a box. Has about 43 grams, is 150 calories, which is low. But again, this is something that I can use as a base to add jerky to add a lot of olive oil to, if the Annie's, I can use those mixes to make this a little bit better calorie-wise, to add some calories. Something I'm also going to try out are these. These are the microwave packets of rice. These do have some. These are not fully dry, so they're a little bit heavier, and the packaging is a little bit heavy. I would not suggest repackaging these. But what you can do with these is just you add a little water, maybe a couple of tablespoons of water, and reheat them, and they're ready to eat really quickly. These do have a little bit better, because there's these have some seasonings and some probably lard or fat in them. So these are going to have a little bit more calorie per ounce than the boiling bag. They are a little bit heavier, but I'm hoping that, I've got a number of them here. This one's Mexican rice, Old El Paso. Uncle Ben's makes a Spanish style rice, tomatoes and peppers. And the Old El Paso doesn't give the directions for heating these up in a skillet or in a pot, but the Uncle Ben's does. So, these are already packaged. I'm not going to be worried about them going bad. These are going to prepare quicker than the boiling bag, maybe a little bit. So these will be good. I can have these with olive oil. Add olive oil to these. Add jerky or tuna or some other protein, and also make little burritos with them. So that's one thing. That's another dinner thing. It's rice. I've also got quite a bit of top ramen here. I got this at Costco. Again, this is really cheap. Ramen's cheap already, but if you go to a place like Costco or BJ's or Sam's Club, you can get a case of these for really, really cheap. It comes with 48 packs. I'll probably be eating 2 ramens at a time. I'm not going to get into the calories per ounce with those. They're really quite good, calorie wise, and you can add oil to them, and you can kind of make it into a soup if you have other things that you can add to it, and spice it up with something like Tabasco sauce or hot sauce, soy sauce, pretty much anything you want. And then finally, I have over here another staple for the dinners, which are going to be Annie's mac and cheese. Some people prefer the Kraft. The Kraft ones are a little cheaper. I personally like these a little more. I think they taste better. These are, they suggest that you make these with milk and butter. You can also make these with yogurt. But I have, when I was younger, when I was in college, I ate these far too frequently and just added olive oil. A little olive oil makes them taste a lot better, and it bumps up the calories quite a bit. When this, I'm assuming that this involves, you can also use dehydrated milk if you wanted to make your mac and cheese, but you don't have to. You can just use water. The calories listed here are 270 per serving. I mean, these are pretty good. Even with the mix and some olive oil, you're going to be doing pretty well with these. And there's 2.5 servings per container. I'll probably be, this will be one meal. The 2.5 servings, one meal for me. I'm a big guy. So that's pretty much the dinners. Obviously, oh, and then for any of these, you can make burritos. You can just wrap these up in a tortilla. I got these Arteaga Tortillas at Walmart. They were about $2 a pack. And what drew me to them, I looked at the best buy date, which would be the best if used by date. It's currently, I'm making this video in May of 2014, and this packet of 10 whole wheat tortillas is best if used before February of 2015. And you might question my sanity for eating something that has so many preservatives, that, you know, a flour tortilla that has a laundry list of various additives and sodium, aluminum, you know, all kinds of weird stuff in here. But these are gonna be good. I'm gonna be putting these into my mail drops, and so I want something that's gonna be good 3 or 4 months from now, even longer potentially if I do boxes that far out. But for now, these are gonna be good. I'm gonna be leaving soon, so within a week or two. And so I also got these for the 100-mile wilderness. These are Mission tortillas, flour tortillas. Oh, and the calories for one tortilla, the calories are listed here as 120, which isn't that bad. Okay, these are 45 grams a piece, so that is a little low from where we want to be. We want to be right at 120, but you know, again, this is basically just a way of spicing up mac and cheese or rice. You know, put it in here, make a little burrito. These Mission tortillas actually have more calories. These are up at 200 calories. These are a little bit more weighty at 77 grams, so almost 2 ounces of tortilla. Well, actually, yeah, that's actually going to be a little lower. I'm doing this off the top of my head. I'm not doing this from a script, which is why you should really not rely on anything I say here. But anyway, these Mission tortillas, the freshness date on these is only July, which would imply to me that there's probably more fat in here with just as many preservatives, but these are not guaranteed to keep as long as the Arteaga whole wheat ones. So, and you know, to augment my dinners, I have got these. I got these at Costco. This is a 410 gram, 14.5 ounce thing of Korean barbecue recipe pork jerky. The calories per serving are going to be 92. This again is not going to be. You're doing this mostly for protein, as a treat to break up the monotony. This is not going to be a primary source of calories. I've got these. I've also got some of these bacon bits. Calories per serving. This bag, which is a 1 1/4 pound bag of bacon bits. These are not the dehydrated bacon bits either. This is real bacon. You've got 81 servings in here. 1 tablespoon, which is 7 grams. It's got 35 calories per serving. So if you have, 4 tablespoons of this, you're going to be right up around 120 grams per ounce. I'm sorry, 120 grams. So this is actually a better bang for your buck in terms of adding calories to a meal. Again, I'm sorry, this isn't scripted, so if I misspeak, forgive me. Hopefully you will keep the thread of my thought process, and it will benefit you. Anyway, I also got some of these pink salmon. All right, I personally like salmon. These I got at Whole Foods. They're about $3 a piece. Again, just some added proteins and spice things up, make it a little different. You can also get tuna. There's tuna salads. There's all kinds of packeted things. Spam is another option. I think you'd want to stay away from the cans of Spam because of the weight. But the Spam that comes in these little aluminum metallic sleeves or packets are going to be a lot easier to pack. They pack really tight and they're reasonably lightweight. But any food that's in this kind of packing it's very similar to the MREs. It adds weight, so that's a consideration for you. So that's pretty much my suppers. For breakfast, I'll start over here. I've got the Pop-Tarts. This again is a big Costco container. Oh, this is heavy. Big Costco container of Pop-Tarts. The problem with these is you only get 2 flavors. You get strawberry and brown sugar cinnamon. I don't know if this is the same at BJ's or Sam's Club, but for Costco, this is the only ones. These are the only ones they have. You get 48 pastries here. These are pretty good. I mean, this is junk food, but they got a lot of calories in them. Let's see here. 200 calories per serving, which is 1 pastry, which is, again, 52 grams, 1 pastry. That's going to be 200 calories. So, you're not doing too bad with these. About 100 grams of pastry. Eat 2 pastries, you got 200 grams of 200 calories. So that's for breakfast. In addition, I've got some Quaker Oats over here. Now, Quaker Oats, it's important to remember this can be eaten hot or cold. You can just add some cold water and quaff that down. Not my favorite thing in the world, but you can add some fruit to it. I've got some dehydrated fruit here to make it a little more bearable. In addition, I have some Carnation and some breakfast over here. You get 40 to a box. 40 to a box. I'm not too fond of these, but they're going to pack easily, and in terms of calories, 1 packet, which is 36 grams, a little over an ounce, is going to be 130 calories. That's with a cup of milk, it bumps up to 220. So we're right at the threshold. We're a little low if you're adding water. If you've got dehydrated milk, you're going to bump up the calories on these. And they're not that bad. I'm not too fond of them. You can even add these. You can add these to your oatmeal. You can mix and match and have all kinds of fun. Now, also for breakfast, some dried fruit. These are dried cherries. Fruit is pretty good in terms of calories. This is a serving of this, which is a half a cup. It's 40 grams. That comes in at 130. So that's actually low. But again, you're going to be mixing and matching things. Craisins, these are dried cranberries. I have this mix of, it looks like it's blueberries, cherries, all kinds of good stuff. Gluten-free, 30 grams, 100 calories, so not the best thing in the world. But again, this is going to give you a little bit of variety. These are just some dried mango. It's pretty good. Some fiber. I also got these go-go squeezes. These are really for kids, but these are it's applesauce on the go. Calories for these: 1 pouch, which is 90 grams. A lot of that is the packaging. It's only 60 calories, but again, this is just giving you a little boost. You can add that to your oatmeal or eat it. You can add it. You can also add it to peanut butter or Nutella or something. Make a sandwich, make a tortilla. So that's my fruit. Now, in the sort of genre of fruits and vegetables, I like this stuff. It's nori. You use it to make sushi. It comes in a pack. It's kind of spicy. Does not have a lot of calories. Very low in calories, actually. Has some, not even. It's really low in a lot of stuff. But I found that this stuff, when I've eaten this, it seems to have a good effect on my skin. It has a lot of minerals in it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's not listed on here. It's kind of a smallest here, but there's really not a lot in here. These are just because I like them, you know, as a snack. Something to consider. Wakame. This is very similar to the nori. I don't have any here, but if you have nori, I mean not nori. If you have some miso soup mix, you can add this to miso soup and make a little soup. Miso is a soy, so you can make a little soup, Japanese soup. So that's my vegetables. Breakfast. Also, I've got for snacks and breakfast, cashews. Cashews have a lot of calories. Calories per serving 170, which is basically an ounce. An ounce of cashews is 170 calories, so this is very good. It's got some fat. Almonds, the same. Even peanuts. I like pistachios, so I'm going to be packing in some pistachios. All good stuff. I also have, I just bought this, you know, you can make your own granola. There's some great recipes. I am lazy, so I just bought some bags of Quaker Natural granola, which has oats, honey, raisins, and almonds. This stuff, per half a cup is going to be 210 calories. It's got some sodium. Let's take a look here. A half cup, which is actually, well, that's almost two ounces. It's going to give you 210 calories. So, you know, that's not the best, but it's going to help us out a little bit. So that's my lunch. I'm sorry, my dinner and my breakfast. For snacks, well, first off, at REI I got some of these. These are the, I believe these are made by Gatorade. These are the Goo Energy Gel. Are they made by Gatorade? I'm not entirely sure. If they're not, my apologies to the makers of Goo. But I was under the impression that they were a Gatorade product. It's the Energy Gel. It's going to give you a real quick boost. It's got caffeine in it. I believe this has caffeine in it. Has 100 calories, you know, for in a very small package. These are good in the morning when you're just starting out, after you've had coffee and breakfast. I haven't tried these, but these are made by Jelly Belly. Yeah, these are the ones. These have caffeine in them. Has carbs, electrolytes, and vitamin B and C, supposedly. I'm gonna try these out. It's just a little treat. Another thing, these are made by Cliff. I'll get into the bars in a second. The energy blocks. I found that these dissolve into your blood really quickly, it seems. You can kind of feel a boost pretty quick. I do like these. I think that you could probably get like Shark Bites or any sort of fruit. These are expensive, so you know you could get like fruit, like those Shark Bites. You could get a lot more Shark Bites for your buck than these. These are kind of expensive, but I like these, and they do hit you pretty quick. Cliff also makes a shot like similar to the Goo, This is called a Shot Energy Gel. This is a citrus one. So I haven't actually tried this one, so be looking forward to that. So these, I don't have that many of these. Again, I'm going to be bringing these on the 100 Mile Wilderness and maybe sprinkle them throughout my pack, throughout my mail drops. We'll see if I like them, see if they really do any, if they benefit me. If they don't, then I won't be picking up any more of them. So, these are going to be snacks. Obviously not at mealtime, but while I'm moving around. In addition, I've got a number of bars. These protein bars, Cliff bars, Kind bars, Snickers, and then these Nature Valley granola bars. The Nature Valley, this one is the protein chewy bar, peanut butter dark chocolate. Supposedly has 10 grams of protein. These supposedly have 190 calories per bar. 190 calories per bar. Let's see what the weight of a bar is. So, calories per ounce. One bar is 40 grams. So that's not bad. I'm not going to do them. I'm not that quick. Again, this is not scripted. So 190 calories per 40 grams. So 1 1/3 ounce. You can do the math. Not bad. And for variety, I got these sweet and salty nuts. Sweet and salty nut Nature Valleys. These are peanut ones. 48 bars in there. 24 bars of the protein in here. I think these were a little more expensive. Now these protein bars, they have let's see here, between 180 and 200 calories per bar. Each bar weighs about 50 grams. So you're looking at something that's very similar to the Nature Valley. These, I think, the price was comparable. These might have been a little bit more expensive. But again, I did get 18 bars. Actually, I got fewer bars. You get 24 bars with the Nature Valley protein, 18 bars with these new look pure protein. This, I think, is your better buy. The kind bars, I like the taste of these a lot more than these. So I got some of these. You get 18 bars in a box. The Costco brand has 9 vanilla almond and 9 dark chocolate. The calories for these per bar are between 200 and 210. It's a 40 gram bar, so a little bit smaller. So you're doing a little bit better than these. Right around this, maybe a little bit better. These again these are more expensive though. Finally, I got these Cliff bars. These are pretty hefty. I mean, they give you a lot in a bar. Each bar is, I think, 66 grams, so over 2 ounces. You get 250 between 240 and 250 calories for these. So, honestly, these are not that much better than these. They're just bigger, which is always a good thing, because it's nice having more food. It's nice having something that's going to, by calorie per ounce is one thing, but having a bar that's a little more substantial can be a lift. Fill you up a little more. In back here, I've got my Snickers. Those are, again, 250 per bar, which are great. And the box, the flat of those is 48 bars to a box. That's definitely your best buy. A lot of sugar in there, though. These don't have as much sugar. Some of these don't have as much sugar. The Snickers has a lot. The Snickers and the Cliff Bar are basically comparable in terms of calories per ounce. I'm also a coffee drinker, so I picked up some of these Biscoff, which are mostly just for my sanity. When I'm having a cup of coffee, you can have a little civilization, have a little cookie with my coffee. Also got some Oreos for dessert. You have probably the Snickers bars. I like to have those when I'm hiking in the afternoon, especially, or any of these bars, Cliff bars, whatever, in the afternoon. The Oreos are going to be more dessert type food. Add some calories there. Okay, so and speaking of coffee, I actually like Dunkin' Donuts more than I'd like Starbucks, but I ended up buying a lot of these Starbucks because I've traveled in Asia where people don't drink a lot of coffee and you have to bring it with you. You know, you can anyway. So these are good. I like these. These can be made cold. These are actually, this is an iced tea blend. You could add to your water bottle in the morning. Have some iced coffee. These are lattes. Unfortunately, I don't know the packaging anymore, so I don't know the exact caloric composition of these. But I can gather from the packaging that the shavings of chocolate are going to indicate that there's some caloric value to these. I'm not sure exactly what it is. And at Costco, you can get a box of 24 of these. They come in these little sleeves. So, now in addition to defray the constant drinking of water and water that sometimes won't taste very good, I got a number of drink mixes in addition to my coffee. These I got at Walmart. This is Strawberry Crush. You know, it's just this does have sugar. Well, this is actually sugar free. These and these have no calorie value. They're really solely to split up the monotony of drinking water. The Crystal Light also, I believe these are totally, yeah. These don't really have any caloric. These have 5 calories per package, so not a lot of calories here. Again, this is just for allowing me to drink more water. This 4C, a half and half iced tea lemonade, purports to have 100% of your recommended daily allowance of vitamin C. You know, from my understanding of things, you generally want to get your vitamins from food. So something that's this processed, you know, I'm a little leery of, and I'm a little dubious as to whether it's a little bit dubious as to whether or not it actually has the vitamin C that you're going to need in a day. But it's definitely better than nothing. I'm sure it has some vitamin C in it, which is always good. And these don't taste that bad. Now I also got a few of these. These I got at Walmart. These purport to have electrolytes, but we'll see how that goes. You know, I'm going to be drinking Gatorade when I go into town. It is important to people do. If you got to really be careful about hydration and drinking enough water. So if you should not stop drinking water because you get sick of the taste of it. It's very important to stay hydrated out there. People do suffer from electrolyte imbalances while they're out there, so something like this can help. Again, I'm gonna, when I go into town, I'm gonna have a Gatorade, something to balance my electrolytes. I got a couple of these just to throw in, you know, every couple of days. You know, it's not something to worry about. It's one of the things you don't want to have happen. You definitely don't want to have an electrolyte imbalance while you're out there. Which you can usually avoid by hydrating and eating vitamins. These are generic, and again, I'm a little leery as to whether or not these will actually have everything they purport to have in terms of the vitamins that they're supporting. This is just from Walmart, one daily. I'm going to be putting one of these in with my breakfast when I get the breakfasts organized, just so I have something. And then this is turmeric, which has various health benefits, or at least I believe it does. You know, you might not believe in any other supplements and things. This one I've heard only good things about, so I'm going to be having a couple of these a day, or one of these a day as I go down the trail. I skipped over this. This is kind of snack food, lunch food. These are just Jif to go, and they come in different flavors. This is a chocolate one. I also have a natural creamy one. These are the extra chunky or chunky to go Jif. Skippy, I'm not sure all the companies that make these. They're all pretty much the same. What's great about these is they have a lot of calories. For each container of these, you're going to be getting 250 calories. which is comparable to a Snickers bar or Cliff Bar. Peanut butter is great with some. You can add some fruit to it and wrap it up in a tortilla for lunch. I'm going to be packing these. I'm going to be putting these into mail drops. This is Nutella. I've eaten a lot of peanut butter in my life, and frankly, I don't really like it that much. But this is just it. I like the taste of this a little bit better. I'm not going to be repackaging this, but I'm going to be putting it into some mail drops. So I'll have this. And, this is a little weighty, but I know I'll be eating a lot of this. So, now some other snacks. These are just some spearmints. I'm sorry, got them at Walmart. 3 of these supposedly have 60 calories. So if you have 4 or 5 of these, you're getting supposedly 100 calories. It's gonna be all sugar pretty much, but I like having these, as like a dessert. During the day, I really do. I like Jolly Ranchers a lot. 3 of these actually purport to have 70 calories. 3 or 4 of these, you got a little 100-calorie boost, and the sugar is good while you're hiking. So I'm going to be carrying these as snacks in addition to my goo shots and whatnot. So, now. It's very important to remember that olive oil is your friend. You can add olive oil to anything, breakfast, lunch, dinner, anything. It's 2 tablespoons of olive oil, something like 250 calories. It's a really, really good source of additional calories. I'm going to be carrying olive oil, and I'm going to repackage it into a container like this, and then I'm going to be buying small bottles, and I'm not sure if I'm going to bounce them. I just don't want to pay that, but I'll probably be buying small bottles along the way and just refilling this and keeping a supply of olive oil, because it's a very good source of calories. Sauces, you're going to want to get some of these because this glass bottle is way too heavy. But just to break up the monotony, this is the McElhenney Company Tabasco sauce. Repackage that into a little bottle like this or like this. Probably a smaller bottle like this. I'm not going to use that much of it. And then put this in a mail drop, maybe 1 or 2 mail drops ahead, because I'll probably get maybe half of this in there. But these glass bottles, you can also use. Some people carry those little packets of condiments that you get at restaurants. I just don't like that. I mean, I'm not a big fan of ketchup. The mustard I like. I don't really like yellow mustard. The only thing I'd probably use from one of those containers would be mayonnaise. But mayonnaise is not. I just don't like those little containers. You can keep. I'm probably gonna have one of these full of sugar. Some of these have, well, maybe not sugar in this one, but you've got these little squirt tops. Probably be using one with a flat cover for sugar. Maybe not this big, but keep some sugar in there for coffee. Salt or pepper or a mix of thereof. Just to spice things up. Maybe some hot pepper flakes. Well, if I got Tabasco, I wouldn't need that, but some flakes or something in here. These are good to repackage things. I'll maybe talk about my water purification in another video, but you can, as a backup, or if you're ambitious, you can just use bleach as a water purification. These bottles have a lot of uses. You can keep Dr. Bonners in here, all kinds of things. Definitely want to repackage those big bottles into little ones. So now I'm going to be using 2 food bags. The system I have in mind is to have one food bag with breakfast and dinner in it, and then another food bag that will carry snacks. And the idea being that I'm not going to want to dig through my dinners and upset the packing of those in order to get a snack. So keep all my snacks in here. And likewise, in the morning, I'm going to want to go in and find a breakfast and not have to dig through snacks. So I'm not doing 3 bags, but the 2 bags will help out a little bit. And, you know, that is 2 dry bags, but I think it's just for my own sanity and organization. I think it's a little bit better to do it that way. So this is the food I'm going to be dropping, mail dropping. I've got my boxes ready. I'll probably do another video when I actually pack the boxes and talk about my strategy for organizing the food southbound, because it does seem a little tricky when you're going southbound. You have to get through the 100-mile wilderness, and then you get to Monson. You know, there are a few spots, like the next one after the 100-mile wilderness, it's kind of potentially going to be a bit of a challenge, would be the presidentials when I get to New Hampshire. I plan on a decent-sized mail drop when I get to Gorham, New Hampshire, because I have to make it through the White Mountains before I can hit the next town, next mail drop. Although on the mountains there are the AMC huts, and you can get meals there. But I'll talk about that. I'll talk about my strategy and show you what I got in my mail drops in another video. So thank you all, and we'll see you around. Bye bye.